Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I don't know if you remember this place behind me here, but we have finished the renovation on it. We've got it listed and on the market, and I've got a crazy story to tell you about this thing today. Hey guys, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm out here, we're flipping over 200 homes a year, and you basically get to come alongside me and shadow me and learn along the way. So hit that subscribe button. So in our last video, we penciled this thing at around 70,000 in repairs. We'll get into numbers here in a second, but we made a huge pivot. You're gonna be shocked at the overall result of this property. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So if you guys remember, last time we're here, when you walked into this living room, we were surrounded by old school wood paneling. It was super dark in here. Carpet was old brown, smelled like wet dog. It was pretty nasty. Since then, as you can see, we've done all new floors throughout the property, and we've got rid of a lot of the wood paneling here. So now this is all just drywall, which makes it look a lot better. But we also did keep some of the wood paneling to save on budget. So like this wall right here, this is all still wood paneling. I don't know if you can see that there. And then same thing with some of these walls here. And what we did here was just do an oil-based primer and then paint on top of that, and it looks pretty dang good. All in all, it really doesn't stand out at all, in my opinion. I think it looks phenomenal. So you might be wondering like why we decided to keep some of this paneling versus just do all new drywall. Really what it came down to was our major pivot on this particular property was right before we started renovations. We redid a market analysis. What we found out is the market was super tight. And what I mean by that is there was nothing for sale at an affordable price. And like in my previous video, I mentioned ARV being anywhere from $375,000 to $400,000. We made a decision. We said, hey, let's pivot a little bit. And instead of doing a $70,000 renovation, let's go light and save as much as we absolutely can, because I think we might be able to get that price anyway. So that was the determining factor on that pivot. Let me take you into the kitchen real quick so I can show you one of the main areas that we pivoted was right in here. In our original video, I said, hey, we're gonna need to do a whole new kitchen, where really they're not in terrible shape. They're actually in pretty good shape, all the casework, given that this thing is 50 years old. So we were able to save all the casework, and really all we did was throw in a new stainless steel range here, and it's good to go. So one of the main areas of renovation in here was in the bathroom. Again, we didn't even have to do a full-fledged bathroom reno like we were planning, so we were able to save the vanity and vanity top. We did do a new shower surround and bathtub, as you can see here. Toilet as well. Is the vanity old? Yes. But is the market tight where people will overlook this? Yes. So that's why we did that there. And then again, in these two bedrooms, new flooring, of course, carpet in the bedrooms, and then we just left all the paneling here, kept it the way it was. Oil-based primer, throw some paint on it, call it good. Got ourselves a ghost door here. I hate that. Quick little tip to stop a door from doing this. I call it a ghost door, where it just kind of closes on itself. All you need to do is take out one of these hinge pins right here and bend it slightly so there's a slight bend. And then when you hammer it back down in here, it'll just create enough friction to where that door won't do that anymore. So a couple small things that we did was just put new exterior doors in place. I'm a big fan of always replacing the front door. The front door is the biggest bang for bucks you can do on a house. It was an old trailer looking door. Now it's a nice new, what's called a Feather River front door. This is probably your biggest ROI on a house, is the front door. I know that sounds funny, but when you're talking a couple $100s on a front door, your ROI is way higher than that. And then we also got rid of that weird, squeaky, wood framed back door and just put in a new back door here, 9 light, and it looks great. Okay, and out here in front of the shop, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a big hole up top. There was a little bit of damage to some of the siding. Again, like I told you, we're going cheap on this thing because the market is so wildly hot. We didn't even take the time to repaint the shop. You can see there's just this newer white siding. Very little amount done here. So one of our bigger expenses on this whole project was the roof. We did have to put a new roof on it. As you can see, nice new black shingles up here, but that is something that's an absolute must. I think there was a little bit of a roof leak, or at least a previous roof leak in the bathroom there. You can see it in the previous video. It looked like some of the ceiling might have got wet at some point. That ate up the majority of the budget that we did have on this thing. So being that this house is so small, just a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath, that roof only probably cost us around $5,000. So we're gonna get into numbers in a sec on this deal, which I am super excited to lay these out for you. But if you're wondering on how to find deals like this one, I think my biggest advice on this tip would be you're gonna have to go outside of whatever your core market is. Like if you're in a major metropolitan area, you're most likely not gonna find a deal like this. The reason that this deal turned out so well is we were outside of our core market. So we were more of a tertiary market where there becomes less and less competition when bidding on properties like this. When we bought this thing, yes, we were up against a couple other buyers, but there was really, I mean, there was maybe 1/10 of the activity. And in addition to that, being that it is a manufactured home versus a stick-built property, less and less people are interested in those for reasons unknown to me. If you're looking for deals like this and looking for something at a deep discount, go outside of your core market and you might have a better chance of picking something up. Now, in addition to that, you have to know the market that you're talking about. This property right here is basically in my backyard. So I know the area extremely well, better than I would say any other flipper who's looking to flip this deal. So if you are looking at properties way outside of your main market, costs might go up for contractors because they have to travel back and forth to and from the job, and if that's hours away, your cost might go up a bit. On this particular deal, we're only maybe an hour outside the city, where our costs are really not going to go up, at least contractor-wise, due to the drive time there. So we bought this house for $210,000. In my first video when I toured you through here, I penciled repairs at around $70,000. Like I mentioned, we did a market analysis and realized that this market right now in this particular area is absolutely white hot, especially for affordable products. So we pivoted our strategy, and instead of putting $70,000 into this, we ended up putting only $20,000 into this house. We just went cheap on the repairs. Now that's not saying there were repairs that needed to take place and we overlooked them. It's just saying we didn't do windows and siding and a big landscape plan and exterior paint and all the things. We just minimized the budget, kept it at $20,000. So that puts us all into this property at $230,000. We then listed the property about 2 weeks ago for $375,000. Again, this is the ARV that we were thinking we would get with a massive renovation budget, right? There was a frenzy of activity and it got bid all the way up to $415,000. So $40,000 over asking price with only $20,000 in repairs. So that puts our gross profit on this deal at $185,000. Like I mentioned, we were originally penciling this completely different, needing to do 70 to get 375. Due to that last minute market analysis, the market heated up. I can't take credit for that, right? That's a timing thing and a bit of a luck factor, but we knew it was a good deal from the beginning. We liked the area, and sometimes you get lucky. And in this case, we did. The market heated up. There was nothing in the area. We were the only affordable house on the market. Monster deal, guys. I'm super excited about it. I couldn't be happier on obviously how this thing turned out. So anyway, I take you out into the field every single week. Like I said, we do over 200 of these a year. If you want to come alongside me, learn, hopefully get some entertainment, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, see ya.